Day of the Dead is a representation of Mexican culture declared by the UNESCO as intangible cultural heritage of humanity. This celebration came from our ancestors from the pre-Hispanic era and their beliefs on how, depending on how each person died, they had different destinies. However, in this video, I will explain our actual beliefs on how we Mexican culture remembers and commemorates our already passed beloved ones. The offering on this colorful ritual is where the community and the relative or relatives who already passed away are represented and remembered with an altar. Offering on the Day of the Dead is sharing with the dead the bread, the salt, the fruits, the water, the typical Mexican dishes as chicken mole, tamales, hot chocolate, cinnamon, pumpkin, sweet potato, fruit, and many more, and the alcohol as wine or beer for the adults. The purpose of the altar and the offering are to be closer to our deceased beloved ones and to live together one more time, remembering their memory and life. The elements that compose the altar are essential to receive all the souls, and each one of the next elements enclose their own story, traditions, poetry, and mysticism. The source of life is offered to the souls for them to relieve their thirstiness after such a long travel, and also for them to be strong enough to go back. In some cultures, water also symbolizes soul's purity. The element of purification is to prevent the corruption of the body for their travel back and forth for the next year. The old Mexican civilizations used ocotes leaves as candles. Nowadays we use candles. The flame of it represents the light, the faith, and the hope. With its twinkling flame, it's the guide for the souls to remember their old places and light up their journey back home. The copal used to be offered by the indigenous people to their gods since incense didn't exist yet. This came until the Spanish colonizers. This element represents prayers and praise, the fragrance of reverence. It is used to cleanse the space of bad spirits, and like this, the souls can get into their homes without any dangers. The flowers, colors, and scented trails are the symbols of festivity. Marigold are also called the flower of the dead. Decorate and aromatize the place while the souls stay, and it's believed they live happy. Flowers also accompany the souls of kids since their color means purity and tenderness. The fraternal offering is the bread. The church presents it as the body of Christ. No matter its shape, bread is one of the most precious elements included in the altar. We mostly use our famous dead bread for this festivity. The pictures are to remember or suggest the souls of who will visit. The altar also means peace at home and firm acceptance of the food sharing. The food as apples means blood and amability through a sweet pumpkin dessert. And also other dishes as chicken mole, which is a favorite for a lot of indigenous around the country. Barbacoa, hot chocolate, tamales, tortillas. Sugar skulls. Medium sugar skulls represent the dead is always present, and smaller ones represents the Holy Trinity and the Eternal Father. Alcohol is to remember the good times when alive and also for them to be happy of being visiting. The offering itself is a scenography where our deceased family participates and joins us to drink, eat, rest, and coexist with the rest of the family one more time. Thank you.